مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا مصطفى كل شيء لله يا نورا من نور الله يا خاتم الأنبياء يا سيد المرسلين يا خاتم الأنبياء يا سيد المرسلين ألف صلوا على النبي خاتم رسل الكرام ألف صلوا على النبي خاتم رسل الكرام الله محمد رسول الله لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله محمد رسول الله مصطفى كل شيء لله
أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. أهلا وسهلا. اليوم ما شاء الله تبارك الله يعني 28/9/1446 هجري الموافق 29/3/2025 هجري. أهلا وسهلا ومرحبا بكم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته to our beautiful mothers and our fathers, our grandparents, our ancestors, our aunties, uncles, umakhrochis, our fellow brothers and sisters, and our wives and our husbands, our children, our grandchildren, neighbors, and families, family, and the Ummah at large. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. Humanity in totality, in other words. As we descend in this last stroke of this month and this cycle and this event of a 1,000 lifetimes. Okay. MashaAllah, tabarakallah. When you understand what the world, what secret and sacred, it's the same word. Okay, because you do not know the secrets, you proclaim it sacred. But those who know the secrets knows why it is sacred. Okay, sacredcy is not in time. Sacredcy is in the cycles of the evolution of the hemisphere of the universe, of the metamorphosis of your cycle, your natural order, nature's order, like the sun and the moon, the, the seasons of the year, the summer, winter, autumn, spring. These are all natural, organic, indigenous cycles that lives in Allah's nature. That is why you as mothers, you as daughters, you as wives, your menstruation is now going to be returning. Many of you are going to be having your menstruation, regardless of your age now. That's going to be coming back, in subtle ways. Okay, we are speaking to you because we know what is happening. Okay. We don't ask our wives. We don't need to, because we are in a different channel. We are channeling on a different frequency. Okay. But as I said, secrets, people, secrets is for the non-compliant human species. For him, secret is sacred. Okay. So because he don't know why he's doing it, hy doen dit maar net. Doen dit, dan doen dit, maar hy het nog nooit gaan uitvind hoekom hy dit doen nie. Toe raak hy so blind dat hy vergiet van die reason hoekom hy dit doen, so he lost himself in the process, and that is how he lost his connection with his natural deen. Okay? You all are searching for a deen. So you call it, in Islam, for example, as what they call it Islam, they say there is 73 sects. In Judaism, there is 72. In Christianity, there's 71. People, what does that implicate? How does that implicate you and me in this age, in this century, after 1400 years? We are one of the 73 here, guys. We are not in the clear because yet we didn't find a prophet. We claim, but nobody saw the prophet. Okay. We claim we know Allah, but nobody found the Allah. Okay. We claim there's a Jannah, but nobody has come back from Jannah. We claim there's a Jahannam. So all of your things that you're living through in the last of your 50, 60 years of your life is all built on speculations. Okay. Now, in order for you to come to terms with where in the cycle you are in the secrets of the soul tribes, look, you make it sacred because you don't know the secret. Now we will divulge to you a secret that is sacred by you, but it's a secret by us. Okay. If in the event that there is no longer any hope for a civilization, okay, in the event that those people has idolized gods and prophets and books and nations and lands and tribes and certain sects, okay, sects, SECTS. In the event that you find that you have no other option, where you are now currently residing in a civilization and her people has been completely annihilated from her natural self, okay, they don't understand their nature. Okay, they've destroyed their own nature by the lifestyle modulations that they have lived, and they had abrogated a natural order, and they found a synthetic religion to communicate to the devil of that religion. Okay, look, in an unnatural lifestyle, you cannot make direct contact with the natural God. You have to use a fake God, okay, because you are applying a fake religion, because you are no longer your natural self. You have falsified your natural divine connectivity, okay. Hence you are now subscribing to Vodacom, Mnet, all these different networks, because your natural network has been violated, it has been jammed. You cannot get reception, okay. You cannot get coverage because you have forfeited. We are in that part of a civilization that yani, the heavens with the collaboration of the deceased, the dying Mother Earth has to communicate through the different planets. Okay, then the sun, the God, the son of the God. Who's the son of the God? It's only the sun here. The sun is not Isa. Okay, the sun is the king of your planet. Okay, that's the Malik. All right. So she has to now yani, realize that the Mother Earth is now in her order of a menstruation, people. وَيَسْأَلُونَكَ عَنِ الْمَحِيضِ. She has to cleanse here. Her body is not anymore doing the purpose, fulfilling, giving her children, the kids on the earth, the children on the earth, yani is unsatisfied. They are killing themselves. They are not here for the purpose that they have come here for. Most of civilization, yani uncles en aunties haloop weg van hulle responsibilities. Yani religious fraternities turns a blind eye to what the political scenario is. Yani religion further yani destroys the humanity of civilization because she's been around. Religion has been around like for a couple of decades here, but she's not improved anybody's life, nor has the political scenario. So now, where do you find your God? Okay, your religion couldn't find you your God. Your political scenarios couldn't find you. Your only hope and your only way of finding a God is death. You have to find death. Okay, now who kry means do it? Who gaan means do it? Okay, that's secrets. Okay, that's secrets. We cannot tell you the secret, but there is a secret in that you should have found that secret 5 years ago in your yani, metamorphosis of your life. Okay, the moment the heavens yani, sends down rain on Arafat, okay, specifically, and then it is followed by the heavens yani, sanctioning the closure of all places of worship, okay, by the hands of human beings whilst they destroy yani that's their destruction because they yani symbolize to their children the uselessness of that divine God which they believed in and they sanctioned. Okay, but they do it in the children's presence so that the children can see that they are idolaters. That is how the heaven works it up because it's now digital. You see, your children are in a digital age. They are digital subjects. They have been formatted digitally. Their truth will be now reformatted in a digital age. Okay, so when the heavens decides to call the Yawmul Fasl, to call the yani al Furqan, to make the subdivision between the dying mother, the yani the imra'atun ghabira, the nature of that planet that has betrayed the mothers and the sisters and the daughters. Okay, if we now come to the end of where the woman is now sit op die kop van die man, sit in die man se sak. Die man kan nie meer die man wees nie. Die man is soos 'n vrou nou en die vrou moet wees soos 'n man. Sy man kan nie meer sy pyproekie, die man kan nie meer die decisions maak nie. Die man kan nie meer die kinders defend nie. Die man kan nie meer die vrou defend nie. Die mamme, die man is pap. Hy's pap. Pabalas. Okay? Metaphysically, I'm speaking now. Metaphorically, I'm giving you this indication where you are in a civilization because you must understand it is not from below. Die onder gaan daar niks aan die broers. Die onder is 'n dood. Daarbo gaan alles aan. Okay? But because you're not getting a reception because your antennas are very badly damaged in your last 50 years of your civilization. Okay, now since your mosque and your church and your all these things, your ports, your airports, all of that, and for 2 years you've been going through a yani psychological yani transformation. Okay, you are now a transhumanist because you are living in an age that you have not yet found yourself. When you got born here 100 years ago, 50 years, 70 years, then your mother told you, say La ilaha illallah, say Jesus loved me, say Yeshua. Now this time it's completely the opposite. Everything about you has been removed from your memory. The beliefs you have now is just an idea. Okay, the history you had believed is no longer in your presence because you have jumped timelines in psychology. Okay, your old psychology is no longer active. Okay, there's a new window version edition of a human psychology that is now compatible to the advanced digital subject. Okay, now, this is what is happening in real time, but obviously we have been following dead gods and dead prophets and dead prophecies. So ons is nog altyd besig om te soek vir iets, whilst ons is constantly besig om partnerships met Allah te bring, met die regte Allah, want ons is besig met 'n fake Allah because ons is fake. Die way ons 'n lewe, die way ons gemaak het geld groei yani op plastic nou, right? So you are no longer yani organic to your natural order. So Allah has to save the next batch of children because their mothers has lost their fathers, their grandmothers, their grandfathers. They've lost their natural yani synchronization with their natural Allah, the natural Allah, okay, and the natural deen, not what you call deen. Guys, it's honest, guys, because your religions yani, had failed you 5 years ago, and you proved to your children, your next 5,000 generations, that you did not find that God or that Jesus fit to rule your planet. A new Jesus had to be born in psychology. Right? This is in your Quran, people. It's clear in your Quran. Okay, so you're at so at that time when your yani pulse is taken in society, the heavens feels your pulse because that's the beat, that's the only living beat of the planet. Okay, that is centered inside of the earth. Okay, subject to how your synchronicity is with the vibration of the heart of the planet. That's the mother earth, that's the Jannah. Your mother is beneath the feet, your Jannah is beneath the feet of your mother, which is your earth. How alive is that earth? But because of chemicals and because of laboratories and because of yani fakeness, okay, you couldn't eat the yani you couldn't leave a fingerprint of your finger inside of your stomach, okay, where there was synchronicity happening. Okay, you had to find, yani, we had to find artificial means to maintain a natural order. Okay, so we became self-destructive. وَمَا ظَلَمَهُمُ اللَّهُ وَلَكِنْ كَانُوا أَنفُسَهُمْ يَظْلِمُونَ. Okay, so at the time when you are going through the metamorphosis of a renewal and a reset and an upgrade and a degrade, the heavens does the assessment psychologically and physiologically. Okay, you cannot see it because you do not know the secret. You only consider it as sacred, but you don't know that you are being exploited by those who has been controlling your gods. Okay, because remember, you are busy with a fake god because you have lost your authenticity. You can't find God, you must find it through another human being. Whilst the natural order will now be reinstituted. The new psychology, the naked, the virgin essence of life, purpose, wisdom, akhirah, Jannah, all of that you will now be awarded whilst you have maintained your natural order with your organic indigenous cultural orientations. That's the natural deen. That's inside of you. There's only one deen. It's not Islam. It's called Deenul Fitra. فطرة الله التي فطر الناس عليها لا تبديل لخلق الله. If you don't know your nature, you cannot know your Islam, because your nature is your deen. And when your nature is active, then your nature deen, your nature's DNA will guide you to Allah. Okay, you cannot find God in a book. You cannot study a God, because you yourself have to understand who you are before you want to understand who is your engineer or your architect, like where you understand a God or a prime creator. Okay, we are moving constantly away from the decadency that has created the destruction of our last civilization in 2020, in the physiological, spiritual, and metaphysical and psychological phenomena. Okay, the deep spell that you went into had brought gods into life which never existed, and that one is the god of money. Okay, the fear, the hatred, the anger that you lived and preyed on, and that your adversary had molded you in your educational curriculums and your social entertainment lifestyles, and your religious dogma, had created you to become a two-state solution. Okay, what is meant by a two-state solution is that they have divided your physical and your spiritual worlds, your religious world, your state and your church, your state and church, like your country. And so by doing that, they will now give you the simulation of the Middle Eastern Babylonian spells, which was enacted before the advent of Islam or of Judaism. It's where they create a simulation where they do the child sacrifice. It's all on a green screen, most of it. It's all only happening in your mind, people. You are not physically going through it. You are seeing it on a digital screen. So that is how they penetrate into your bionic senses. So once you take out your license is license. You activate a license, your senses, a license. That's why you must take out the license when you buy a TV. Okay, it's all how you have been moduled, and how you have been psychologically lost your sanity, your natural order. You don't know who you are. We can prove it to you from a natural point of view, is that every word that you use was a spell against you, because you don't understand the vibration of the sound. Okay, so that sound had brought you into the deepest level of unconsciousness. Okay, but you didn't know, because you thought, and I thought, but ons raak nou kwaai because ons praat mos nou weer bietjie Engels vir Engels, Hy was die trick. سأذبحون أبناءكم ويستحيون نساءكم وفي ذلكم بلاء من ربكم عظيم. Once you are caught in that spell, once your psychology is patterned on that wave, okay, and you yourself cannot convince yourself other than the fact that that's the only absolute truth, then that is a catastrophe that you are entering into. Because since 2020, and now that you have we have abolished religion, when the gods closed the synagogues and the churches and the ports and the mosques, and then now you have to find a new definition of a God for your next generation. Remember, you shot yourself in the head because you killed your own God, but you don't know it, because you are using your knowledge, your speculation, to believe that you saved yourself. You didn't save yourself. I didn't save myself. I killed my God. Okay? That's because that was the ultimate ceiling of divinity. All right, people, we understand what we are saying. We are not saying this out of our fingers. We are saying this because we know what is happening here. Okay, just most of us, because we have forfeited our natural, our natural Allah, not Allata wal Uzza, not the one that we control, the God that we wanted to give money, which God sanctions something which is created and administered by the shaitan, which is the dollar. The dollar is measured by the shaitan. It is given value by the shaitan. It is endorsed by the shaitan and his simulation. So Allah must now give that God the okay to say, kyk hierso, maak dit halal because hy lyk mooi, hy's mooi groen, it's a green God, okay? And then dan gee ek vir julle permission om skoon te maak daai geld, die riba wat julle gaan gemaak uit niks uit nie, né? Out of debt, dan maak julle dit skoon deur zakat. People, that's most clumpy nonsense you're speaking to me now, man. That doesn't make sense to me, man. Okay? I've caught up, your children has caught up with the fact that that money that you made into a reality was actually a manifestation of a God realm of reality that regulates an energy, right? Which you call a currency, which another nation calls a reserve currency, okay? Another nation calls it fiat currency, okay? Now the White House and the Black House, the black oil and the White House, that was your players in your past age, okay? You need to understand, God doesn't need ibadah. You need to understand who God is, okay? God has never made anything compulsory. Everything was naturally ordained, okay? So when you come to the end of an age, like you came to the end of a 950-year cycle like Noah, you came to the Noah event, okay? Then you must by now know at the end you're going to get the worst of reports, the worst of gods, the worst of situations, except that which was culturally carried for 950 years in your pure DNA. Now, your DNA is only from your mother's side, not from your father's side, people. Because your blood, your food, your breath, everything happens inside of your mother, not outside of your father. Okay? You are the baby of your mother, you are the maybe of your father. Okay? That's nature that decides it. Okay? Anybody can be your father, but not anybody can be your mother. Now, if nature decides that this child will be in this womb, then she will give you the breath, the wisdom, the knowledge, everything that you need will naturally be transmitted from the motherboard to the child. That's the natural order, physiologically, metaphysically, biologically. That is the normal event that happens in the natural order. And from there, you will now regain, you will regain alignment with the ancestors that she has been given approval. Nobody can carry something without the approval of the great mothers of your tribes, your soul tribes. Okay? So now that we are coming into this time of our civilization, like you will find that those who did not find their natural Allah, their natural prophets, their natural order, their natural networks, their natural divine self, they will have to continue abducting gods from other realms and become the slaves of those gods who is controlled. Those gods are controlled, those money gods, sex gods, blood gods, they are controlled by nations like Arabs, like Americans, Europeans. Each one has a play, even the Chinese has a play. But you have to understand at this moment in time, if you did not find the deen of Allah, which is al-fitrah, then you are busy with a wrong God by Allah. You are busy with the wrong God. Find the deen ul fitra, fitrat Allah allati fatar, the natural deen. not the human-made deen. This was the time after the mosque closed and the churches closed. You had to rescript a natural cause, a natural vibration had to be activated in this age of Ishaq. Okay, may Allah grant you access to that, mashallah, and grant our parents the Jannat al-Na'im. Have a lekker buka. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi.
يا مصطفى كل شيء